Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bazaar. We've had some success with Duty and Pygmalion, so it's time for a Vanessa run. Not the strongest starting items, unfortunately. The Chum Bucket and the Clamorer are both probably far too weak to start with. Pet Rock is decent, giving the 15% crit, but I think I'm going to lean on the Honing Steel and its scaling. Scaling in these early fights can really help you push through a lot of the fights where you get into those slow stalls. Not really what I wanted to see starting out. I usually like to hit the shop on the very last hour, because that's when you're going to have the most amount of gold. So when I'm in this position, I usually take the health regen. But since we have a scaling item, I'm thinking of heading to JJ.
People first, profit 10.
And we got, Langjean double barrel. We also got the single barrel here. I think I'm just going to grab these two.
You're busy. Enjoy your purchase.
Double barrel, we won't run just yet because we want to get the scaling on the Langjean. But also we're going to run out of ammo and it's just not going to fire. I think I'm going to fight the Fanged Inglet and hoping to hit the, low cooldown Fang, which does well with the Honing Steel. If I get that, I'm in a decent position. Without it, our board is probably going to be missing a slot into the first fight. And yeah, we're going to be buffing up a pretty slow Langjean. And unfortunately we miss. We hit a pelt. And I do think I just want to go for level 2. Sets me up for the next few days and we get the skill, we get more health. Probably looking at a damage skill, but crit is also something I could take. If we manage to scale the Langjean, some crit on it is pretty nice. So let's just go with crit. And I think it's strong enough where we don't have to reroll there. So yeah, we're not in the strongest position. If I had a fast item to buff up, I'd feel a bit more confident. We got a Duty that chose not to level. No scaling, but a Armadillo that's probably going to hit every 6 because of the Armored Core. I do think we'll close this out. Especially if we get a crit, but I think we hit twice and win. Yeah, Sandstorm will hit and we'll shoot the Langjean another time. And then I think the Sandstorm will help us out. Got a fat crit of it. So, nice little W on day 1. So going into day 2, maybe a powder flask on the double barrel. We do have 10 gold, so I think I'll go to the shop, gain a bit more strength. We'll take the Pet Rock. But ammo items that are just going to run out of ammo with no way of reloading them. Rerolling is a bit suspect so early on, so I think I'll pass. Might actually just choose to buff the Pet Rock. Put the crit on the Langjean. I think that's higher DPS. But we will go look at a medium shop. And, ooh, a Cutlass is probably what's going to take the Honing Steel buff. So, let's do that. Will we give it the crit? I think we will, especially because it has the bonus of dealing double crit damage. So yeah, now we're in a bit of a good spot. Could we beat the Rogue Scrapper? I think we can. And yeah, let's, I think, do that. Just get 2 more gold. Get an extra XP. And I would say we're in a better spot than day one. We still, I would say, want to replace the double barrel. I don't think we really want to run that without a reload. Especially because we are leaning towards scaling rather than completely bursting them. Got a bit of an unfortunate item there with the med kit. Now we could go to the ammo shop, but we also can't reload it. So we could either take 3 gold early or grab some XP. And I'm gonna grab XP here. Bronze item or bronze weapon? I'm leaning towards the weapon, to be honest. Ooh, cutlass upgrade is nice. This gives us a little bit of extra damage there. And 1 income, or I think let's look for better items to put in these last 2 slots. Maybe Lickit is a consideration for some crit on the cutlass, but I'm not sure if I want to go that avenue. We could go these 2 items. Yeah, re-rolling is questionable, so I think for a little defensive package, let's take a seashell and then a lose ray. Leftmost crit, don't want any of these. We could sell this to buff up the seaweed. I think we'll do that. The likelihood we replace it with a different healing item is pretty low.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies. You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Palawan.
And yeah, as you can see, we've climbed up to gold. And we're looking to get back into legend. I don't think I'll be climbing to a very high legend ranking, just because I'm probably going to play like a lot of variety stuff in these YouTube videos. And that was very nice, a very quick win. Their board is looking pretty rough. They don't have... Their rifle shoots once and it's out of ammo. Maybe they didn't realize that. And yeah, jellyfish is not really doing anything. Fishing net is so slow. They'd want to look like a katana root and maybe get a shadowed cloak for that. Okay, a skill. I think I'll go skill. We will probably see bronze and silvers, and we can buy a silver skill at 12 gold. Ooh, leftmost damage plus 20. I think that's an instant grab. We're not doing anything poison. And yeah, large appetites I think is a fairly weak skill. It's quite rare that you're running only 4 items. So we could go to the shop, or we just... Yeah, I think I'm going to pass on the shop and just grab the regen. Don't have too much money, and I think I'll rather spend it in the later days. So let's go to Flame Dance. I just want to see if they have a bronze or silver cutlass. And it looks, yeah, they've got a bronze one, so we're not going to be able to get the cutlass. Scout Trooper, I think we are strong enough to beat, so I'll go there for the extra golden XP. Also, the skill is not too bad on Vanessa, since we have so many ammo items. The slows are a bit annoying in this fight, but yeah, once they run out of the bolus, we're in a good spot. And a very nice crit. So I think we are primed for maybe a crow's nest build. And what are we looking to upgrade? So it's probably just Langjean. You could go Petrock, get a little bit extra crit. But, you know, the Langjean can stay for a couple of days off the scaling. So I think that's what we're going to do. Let's just put the double barrel in. But it's probably going to leave. And I think taking this upgrade is probably better than just a bronze skill. At 13 gold, let's go to JJ and just try and replace this double barrel.
A customer.
Ooh, we did hit a powder flask. So every 3 seconds you would do 50. I think that's maybe good enough. So I think we'll do this.
Sad to say good.
And it's just some early damage. If we decide that the double barrel's damage is falling off, we'll keep the powder flask in our inventory, and it being able to reload ammo is quite good utility. There are some potions, like the haste potion, where you would love to have a powder flask with it. Could we reroll? Maybe you replace the seaweed, but it does have some scaling healing, which is not too bad. But a reason to replace this is we are very damage heavy, so perhaps we want as much damage to try and like kill them first. So I think I'll do a reroll here. Ooh, some really nice items. So I think let's take that honing steel.
That doesn't work out for you.
Not really a late game item, but we'll keep it around. I think it will stay for a few more days.
So.
And we'll take the silencer. Don't want to run a single weapon just because everything else is not that good to fill it in. You know, if we took weapons out, we can't really fill it in with good non-weapons. And yeah, that was quite a nice reroll there. And at 4 gold, we're probably going to skip a shop and just grab XP. So yeah, going into day 3, also pretty good. I think it's maybe a bit too early for Fixer Upper to be really scary.
But I've seen my share of storms.
But let's see what you got. So it's going Force Field, but he currently has no shielding. So it's just a Regal Blade build. So yeah, I think this is a win. Hopefully that Regal Blade doesn't go off again. No. Okay, very nice. Now I am hoping as the days go on, we do find an upgrade for the silencer. Because it would be unfortunate for it to be stuck at bronze. As you get to those, it's like very... day 8, 9... it's very hard to upgrade this, and I think by day 10 you won't see any bronzes anymore, so would be unfortunate to get stuck with it. I think let's go look for some hasters. A build like this could enjoy haste, but we just found 3 slow items. And at 4 gold for a reroll, I think it is a pass. Isla with more weapons could be good. I think it's a bit too early for gumballs, and we don't have like a cove where we get gumball payoff, so
My battle days are over.
we'll go look at weapons. Okay. Huh. So I'm thinking, is it possibly a flagship angle? We do have a friend, we've got a tool, we've got ammo, but we did have a flagship run recently, so I'm erring towards going for the gold Langshan.
I fight alongside you.
And yeah, that was quite a nice pickup. Going to be scaling 80. That I think is enough to beat the Technovirus for just as much gold and XP as possible. Also has the cryptos, which give us even more gold. Now, what I want to keep an eye out for is that mountain event where I could potentially take more fights. That means more scaling for Langshan. Star Charts is also a good option for reducing the cooldown on a Langshan. To get it into the late game, you do want to get the cooldown as low as possible on this item.
If you want grim and stoic, you came to the wrong Sphinxian. I believe in joy.
So when I have less health, 10% extra crit, that is not too bad, because we're going to see a lot of pigs, and the pigs are probably going to have higher health pools, so I think I'll just take that. We currently don't have any slow, so I'm not leaning towards that. If we had a dock lines, this is not too bad.
When you're ready, I'll send you to Orlin. But I'll keep you.
And also re-rolling there for 4 gold. really hurts my gold pool, so I think I'll pass. Kina, what could we look for? Silencer upgrade. Star charts.
Inside your destruments.
Ooh, crow's nest. It is bronze. So... yeah, it's tricky because currently I would really like to run both of these weapons. We won't be able to get the Langjean cooldown that low. And I also don't want to cut it and just go Cove Cutlass. So I think we might not be a Cove build. We kind of have too much strength spread between these two weapons. You could maybe just run it for the 20% crit instead of double barrel. That is actually not the worst idea. Double barrel, you're doing 50 every 3. What's some extra crit? Because, you know, if we take the crow's nest now, we might become a crow's nest build as time goes on. One of these two might start shining and we switch to it. So, trying to think if that crit is that worth it. And, you know, I think I will run it for the crit. Run it for the crit, but also a potential pivot. And then at 3 gold, it's between docks and a solo item. Let's go docks, because it also gives you 2 gold. And then tool, probably not. But maybe. Because getting a weapon... let's get weapon. And I think this is probably one of the worst weapons we could have got. Very slow cooldown, and I don't think there are enough tools we could run where this is viable. And then even if you get all the charging going off, what's it really doing? Like, very mediocre damage with also some pretty bad scaling. So that item, I suspect, will need a buff when they release that character.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
And for now, we're not going to run that. Okay, so they also crow's nest. So their crow's nest is going to be healing them, which is a bit problematic. I think we'd be hoping for a crit on Langjean and potentially killing them. We don't have a lot of time, so... ooh. A bit unfortunate. They do have the star chart. I think our build, I would still run it in most cases. But yeah, if I knew it was going to be that, I would appreciate the lifesteal. So a bit unfortunate not getting a win for the Langjean. But I'm going to go here. Like I said, look for a fight. Ooh, this one is going to be quite rough. I don't think we're going to be able to kill him. But I think it will at least be some money. Could potentially have run one weapon for lifesteal, but he does scale damage, so... okay, we got a big hit, so we at least got 5 gold from this. So not too bad. Tools. I'm trying to think, what Vanessa tools do we really want? And off the top of my head, I don't really know. So I think let's have a look. Perhaps there's something I'm missing here. So we got Vanessa with tools, right? I mean, a captain's wheel could be run. Yeah, so if you put a captain's wheel maybe next to the cutlass, or next to the Langjean, actually. And then we go with the lifesteal. Okay. Dock lines is not too bad, especially if we go crow's nest.
Just waiting for your command.
Ramrod, we're not really doing ammo. Okay, there's star charts, so I think it's actually good to go to the tool shop.
Well, that's up to you.
Okay, dock lines. So let's sell you. You're not in. Dock lines would be here, and then I think we'd prefer like a star chart or a captain's wheel. I don't think we want dock lines just yet. You would also be out. Yeah. We'd have to give up one of these two very nice items to run the dock lines. Maybe the cooldown is not that relevant just yet. So let's sell you. Possibly buy dock lines. What happens if we go Langjean with the silencer? Take you down to 8.5. I'll sell you, and let's pick up dock lines. We might run it.
Bet you'll be surprised when
Ooh,
that
but at
comes in
6
handy.
gold, the reroll is quite rough. And we did not hit. So if we go... You know, Langjean has that scaling, but... You know, all the crit on a cutlass is good. And it's a bit faster. So maybe just with the PvE fight, we run something like this. Do we want a sextant? Sextant would be better with cutlass because it's going off faster. So that means more chance to crit. It's got multicast. So perhaps we go... Maybe run a sextant here. I think that's not too bad.
Hey, I use that brand myself.
And maybe we
Quality
give up on Langjean. Yeah, I think the items are pointing me more towards Cutlass than towards Langjean. Which is a pity since we just took it to gold. I think you gotta be careful of like a sunk cost fallacy where you upgrade it to gold and then you just force it maybe when you shouldn't. So I'm going to go fight the Rocket Trooper. The Trash Town Mayor is also a fantastic fight with augmented weaponry. But I think hitting the Shadowed Cloak is maybe just too strong. And yeah, with the lifesteal, I think we clear this fight pretty easy. Shadowed Cloak would make this going off just so much faster. And we'd feel pretty good. Wouldn't mind Rocket Boots as well. We can up the haste on this. And yeah, Rocket Boots, not too bad. So I think I'll just get rid of the XP. Ooh, digging is not too bad, eh? We don't have a lot of money. But
We've barely scratched the surface of the
could find something. So not interested in you guys. Cove, Golden Cove, but it's bronze. You could maybe take it for income. I think that's maybe what we do. Take it as an income piece, or we just keep re-rolling. Don't think we want to take first Aiden over something like a Docklines. So yeah, I'm just going to take Golden Cove for the income. So double barrels out, and seaweed is probably out. Let's take up the cove, and it should give us money in the long run. We'll go to small, hoping for a silencer. Don't want to run Pet Rock just because we're leaning towards a Crow's Nest build. But I think we do want to see an upgrade on this soon. And yeah, that's unfortunately a miss. So I'm going to buff the haste, and then I think we're fine.
Neither wealthy nor wise.
Now, I actually forgot that it's silver rocket boots we get from that fight, which is even better than I expected.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
My people believe in peace.
Okay, augmented weaponry, but he just got it, so it's not too crazy. He does have scaling with the Ganja, but I think we're good. He is double scaling on the Ganja onto the Tusk Helm, but a very slow item. And with us hitting slow on it, it's like a snail.
Next time I'll show
Very nice, nice and easy. Quite an awkward position he's found himself in. He has some strange items. Bell is very strange without any haste. And yeah, Tusk Helm this late is also awkward. He has the balcony, but no property item just yet. Ooh, we get a free upgrade. So there are a few possibilities for that upgrade. Crow's Nest would be good. Silencer is struggling to find its way in with our current spacing. So I'm thinking maybe just Crow's Nest. But I'm wondering if an upgraded Cove eventually does some crazy stuff. And then we'll level up now. We can take the Cove again to gold. Maybe that's just better. But I'm worried that if we go that route and we don't hit a nice enchant on it. Oh no, it's already golden, so we can't hit an enchant.
But can we get moving?
Yeah, I think I'll just use it as an income piece and take the Cove,
Let's get those dogs humming.
the Crow's Nest to
Ooh,
the silver.
the blade, the quicker the fight.
We'll level up again, and yeah, I think we do it again to the Crow's Nest. It's an item that's probably staying for the rest of the game if we go this build. And, you know, maybe we replace this weapon, but it's a pretty good Cove weapon, so... Tiny Dancer... It's maybe unlikely we run it. Because... if we took this out and we put in singles, we'd only have 6. So we'd once again have to get rid of Sextant. Run a lot of smalls, which is a bit questionable at this point. But Tiny Dancer, I think, is a very strong skill. We could take this, but we're looking like we're maxing out on crit already. But it can take you over. Like, maybe you get rid of the Sextant eventually. Guarantees you max out on the crit. It's very nice if you get that bolt where you get extra damage based off crit. So, yeah, I think I'll do that. Like, even if we only get like, let's say we max out at 12% crit from this to get this to 100, that's still, you know, a pretty nice skill, you know. So let's do that. We'll fight Lone Shark. He has an ATM, which is pretty nice.
It's all standardized.
Power Broker is okay. And hasting a haste. Oh, you haste one weapon. Okay, that's actually lovely, because then our dock lines will haste the weapon. So I think I'd actually be most keen for crashing waves, and then an ADM. Okay, Shark Claws. Definitely won't run that. Do we look for some better mediums? I think we can hit.
Tiny, nothing huge. All
Okay,
about
Spyglass. You know, if we were struggling to get the crit up, maybe I would run Spyglass, but I don't think so in this scenario. And yeah, I miss on these.
every item finds its buy. It's a relationship, you know?
Would we look for a fight over a large? Yeah. Diamond Crow's Nest is not like insane. So let's go look for a fight and potentially get to level 8. Unfortunately, we miss. So that's a sell on Shark Claws, and yeah, take the grappling hook. And we're fighting Kringle Crisp. I think I'm happy with how the board looks. Prefer the slow over the bronze silencer. Let's go.
My My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Now, fairly high-ranking pig player running crook build. So we will heal up on the crook hits. And Lotto is scaling up, which can get scary. Okay, healing up a little bit. A crit, which was unfortunate. Ooh, I think we were supposed to heal up there. Unfortunate. I think we could have won that. Because it showed our... like the item went off, but it didn't look like we healed. So I think maybe they were ahead of us in the queue. So do we go for haste skills over gold? I'm not the most confident Crow's Nest player, so I don't know the exact scenario, but I imagine the haste skills are actually really good.
I train your perception of reality.
So you can speed up the dock lines, or we just grab a little bit of freeze. Freeze is like always good, so
A mile is just a measurement.
let's take
And all
freeze.
measurements are
And I'm sure we're always running something to give haste.
Size dilutes
Smalls, we'll go look at some smalls.
is highly concentrated.
We missed on those.
You want something big and ugly.
Maybe you could have run Concealed Dagger for a PvE fight, but that's kind of pushing it, I think. Gumball machines, the yellow gumballs are wasted, and the crit gumballs are probably also wasted. So
I'm finished with fighting.
I shall go to the shop.
I can help you finish a fight.
And we don't hit on these either.
You'll be back with bruises.
We'll go to Cosmic Rock, and we'd really love that skill where when you crit, you haste. But would also be quite happy with feathers. So what enchant would we be looking for? We'd love a deadly enchant on the Crow's Nest.
As spineless as a jellyfish.
And yeah, there's quite a lot of good enchants for the Cutlass. Shield is fine. Heal is a bit overkill, but Fiery and Poison can do something. And Radiant in a one-weapon build is always nice.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
And I think it's a miss again. Could maybe replace dock lines with tripwire, but... I'm gonna use an item slot for 1. I feel like the dock lines is better here. Where you could maybe run the tripwire is you're more likely to haste your weapon. But I don't think it makes us that much stronger, and we have to spend 16 gold.
Hey, that's okay. It's been nice.
So I don't think I want to do that. Ooh, definitely gonna go monster skills.
Nature will.
I don't think I've seen this. When you use a small item, heal 10. That's pretty weak. We don't burn, and we don't really care about burn, so let's reroll. Okay, augmented weaponry is nice. It's at silver, so we'll be getting 2. Gain some regen, and when you use small, reduce the cooldown. So I think the augmented weaponry is where it's at. And that can be a great way for us to scale the damage on the Cutlass. So let's sell... You know, we maybe still run Powder Flask, but Petrock I think is definitely out of the equation. Silencer is, you know, for 2 damage. I don't think I want to get rid of the Silencer just yet.
We're out to
So yeah, that
dethrone a
augmented
king,
weaponry is going to be
not
nice in the next coming days.
I may be young for a captain,
But in this fight,
I've
it's not
seen
really doing
much
too
in
much.
our stores.
So they're a Trebuchet build. A Sextant's at 2. Also got haste coming out from Pendulum. But we're looking okay, and we're starting to scale.
Defeat does not
Very
defeat
nice.
me.
Now Trebuchet, since they fixed where it was bugged, going off at It was bugged, so Silver Plus was just 8-second cooldown. But they fixed it, so it's back to 10. And yeah, it's a bit sad not to see any trebuchet builds that often. During the infinite meta, I loved trebuchet. Grab the loot. You probably go for chocolate bars because it gives you 10 damage onto the cutlass for free. Gives you lots of cove money. So we take out Langjan, Cosmic Plumage, and we have to sadly get rid of one of these. And they all have their merits. I'm thinking Gunpowder's out. If we have an ammo item, we maybe run it with Powder Flask anyway. So here I'll grab chocolates. And I'll still go for the cheap ones. But considering I had a golden cove, maybe I could have spent a bit more. Ooh, Gumballs is 20 damage, so I think it's a Gumballs. And yeah, I was considering putting my items in my backpack, but this is still fairly quick. So we've got the skill when we slow charge an item, or we've got the skill when we crit haste. Both are pretty nice. We're always going to be critting, whereas slow we would, you know, maybe we keep it in. If we get that skill, we would like it. So you also have feathers, which are good. I think let's go with just the bigger fight. And yeah, I don't think this fight is too scary. Maybe the seaweed healing becomes really big. But I think we're okay. I think it's the turtle which I sometimes lose to. Just because I maybe overestimate my damage. But this one was pretty easy. So thick hide is maybe what we're looking for. Unfortunately we miss, but we do get something for augmented weaponry. I think I'll take the monster loot. And yeah, some cooldown reduction is really nice. Probably go to JJ.
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
We'll take the chum for the augmented weaponry. And not really interested in you guys. And yeah, maybe just for augmented weaponry again. So I'll sell you guys. I'll buff Cutlass. Buff Cutlass.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
And yeah, augmented weaponry at 47 already. So yeah, it being silver is quite big. Alright, haste. Haste is fairly solid. Let's have a look at Crow's Nest's numbers. Why is that not showing? I gotta reset. So it would be hasting 4 seconds. It would sort of guarantee we stay hasted, which would maybe mean we can get rid of Sextant, and eventually through the skill we'll hit 100% still, and then we could, you know, eventually run like a silencer. That takes it down a bit. So I'm thinking that's what we do. We take the haste there. And yeah, I decided to put it on the Crow's Nest instead of the Cutlass because we can get a different enchant on Cutlass. Sextant for the extra crit, or would we care more about the cooldown? I think for now we'll still run Sextant. But eventually I think the silencer will come in. Even if it's bronze, we were cutting off like 0.7 seconds. So yeah.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Okay, a hasted fixer-upper at 1,300. Okay. I wonder if we're goners. The freeze was very nice, but I don't think we scale fast enough to beat this. And we just get one shot, sadly. I'm confused why he didn't put his... oh, no, maybe Abacus should have gone next to the fixer-upper. Yeah, I don't know why he positioned it like that. He wants the crit on the spiky shield, okay. So a bit unfortunate there. I think we were quite strong, but fixer-upper at the moment is just far stronger. So I'm going to grab gold chocolate bars here, because we do have a lot of income with the cove, so if we ever run out of money, we could just sell this cove for an enormous amount. And yeah, maybe we should have upgraded this to gold when we had the chance. Could have been interesting. But it felt like the game was pushing me more towards a cove build. I like your skill. We already have lifesteal, but Julius does have spices, which would also be pretty nice. Let's go look at Bloodreef. So Bloodreef has a silver crow's nest, so we can't get the crow's nest. The skill is... Is it not showing his other skills? Yeah, I think they maybe haven't updated its skills. Or am I looking at the wrong one? Oh, I think I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry. Bloodreef Captain. So they have a crow's nest which we could upgrade. And that's probably only good if we get that belt for the extra damage. We've got a good amount of haste coming out, so Captain's Wheel is alright. It maybe speeds us up to getting to where we need to be. The skill is pretty nice, and yeah. Else we go for Elite Duelist, and that's probably only the spices we care about. So I think let's grab Bloodreef. Maybe with augmented weaponry, we actually pivot to flagship. But given that we also at 100% crit, maybe the cutlass is just stronger. Okay. So if we take Sexton out, you're at 94. So this might be stronger. We do have haste coming out from the crow's nest, but the nice thing about this is 2 seconds. So it starts this whole process a lot faster, and then we should haste everything almost guaranteed. I'm keen to go travel anywhere. Looking for monster loot, enchantments, skills. 20 damage is maybe good enough. And yeah, I think we just say goodbye to Sextant. The little bit of crit will help in this fight. We should hit 97, I believe. And weapons. Or do we just temp boost? I think it's just a... Oh no, let's go weapons. Maybe there's some smalls for augmented. At 16 gold, it's quite expensive. So I think I'll pass. And yeah, these ones I can buy.
Make me proud.
Buy the shoe blade. And yeah, we don't care about these two, so Old Zane.
I'm done with Pelago. The bazaar's the
We could grab a bit more freeze, which is safe. Or you reduce the cooldown of dock lines? Maybe. You know, if we go flagship, maybe we even switch out this for the flagship with reduced cooldown. I think let's do that, actually.
That's all I've got. Move along.
Cut off a little bit of time. And would we still keep in the honing steel? I'm wondering if silence is actually better now. Because the damage is scaled up with the weaponry. And we get a bit lower cooldown. I think that's good.
My fight isn't with you.
But now that we took out an active item for a passive item, we might be hasting a bit too much. Another fixer-upper, 1000. But we're quite fast with our haste, so let's see. We are missing the scaling though, so... And I think if he crits on the shield, it gets a bit suspect. Oh, he's got a lot of poison on me, which is not good. Come on, big crits. I think we've got it here. Nice. Quite a close fight.
That was impressive.
Yeah, as you can see, we had like a ton of haste. So we are over hasting, but the fact that you turn this on so quick is maybe worth something. But it's also maybe a case for running this. I think we'll run this in the PvE fight and see how much haste we're getting out. If it's not perma-hasting, then we'll put in the wheel back. I think it has to be chocolate bars for the augmented weaponry. So let's get rid of shoe blade, and we have 5 slots. I think I'll take silver this time. And gumballs, very nice. So now do we just get rid of the cove? Huh. Let's grab 2 more, and I think we probably have to sell the cove. For 150 gold. Pretty good. Okay. If they destroy my crow's nest, I'm probably sad, and cutlass. So I think it's maybe too risky. So I think it's property baron. Do you have crit? You do have crit at 25. Okay, it's looking like we're perma-hasting off that. With some slows, maybe it's a different story. And I would probably actually just prefer an empty slot so we don't steal haste.
Welcome in.
Have a look at medium.
What can I get you?
Looking for that crit belt. Probably don't want the captain's wheel upgraded. I think it's out of the equation. And yeah, I know what I'm looking for. You are aquatic or toys?
See that mountain? That's Poe. He might have what you need.
We'll go mysterious, yeah. Jewels. Freezing some smalls. Pickled peppers. Not what I want. Don't want to run 2 weapons. I mean, this is okay, but the only problem is it does steal haste. For perhaps not the strongest effect, so I think I'll buy it for the augmented. And what about you guys? I mean, charging adjacent is something. So what I'm thinking is this. Yeah, we sacrifice the 10 damage, not a big deal. But we get some charging onto both of these items. That seems kind of cool. I'm thinking if you would ever run the curry over the honing steel, and you would then charge the black pepper. I mean, you could even... Huh. Like, you could even get rid of this. Well, we're definitely buying it for augmented, right? But what happens if you run something like this? You charge this, which then charges this. Huh. That's kind of cool. I think I want to try that. Definitely sell you. And... yeah. Get our loot. Hopefully cooldown reduction. XP. I'll just sell it now so I don't forget. And this looks interesting with some of Jules's new items.
It makes this more fun.
All that charging could help with burst. Ooh, Radiant Bell. With a Lang Jean. Okay, we froze the Lang Jean, which is nice. Ooh, that looked very nice. So I think I'm actually going to watch the replay and have a look at what the charging is doing. So let's keep an eye out on these two. So you go off, you haste it, which then charges it, and you charge this one again. Which then speeds this up. That's very cool. And then once we hit 13, what are we upgrading? Silencer is a possibility for the cooldown, but it might actually be the extra charging on this. Okay. I think I'll go for aquatic in case there's smalls I can sell.
So cute.
Shipwreck. Probably not shipwreck. Don't think we're ever getting rid of the crow's nest, but I think tropical island definitely. So the coconuts and the citruses will give us a lot of augmented weaponry.
Good as new.
And then yeah, I'll re-roll for some smalls, and yeah, happy with all of these.
That to defeat the Tyrant King.
I'm considering even holding the Clamorer, and you know, it might be an accelerator with some sort of slow skill. So I think Honing Steel looked a lot worse than these two cool cats. And you guys are being sold for weaponry. But we get chocolates. So I think Captain's Wheel is also definitely out. And let's guarantee the chocolates. Gold? Yeah, we'll take gold. A lot of money. Okay, yeah. Fight the octopus. And what I'd be keen for is even this hyperfocus, because then I'll probably cut the dock lines and get the cooldown reduced on the cutlass. Arms Race is not doing anything at the moment since we maxed out on crit. And yeah, it feels like this cutlass is just going off like crazy.
It's over already. We barely
Get a lot of money there. And yeah, let's have a look at black pepper and curry. So we get up to charge 3. And curry goes to charge 5. So I think I prefer the just charging more on the adjacents. And I think that's probably better than the silencer. Sounds good, right? Tropical Island, a diamond. Meh.
Now this
This is probably doing a lot in the
fire
fight.
crew.
And I think it has to be gumballs for weaponry. We have space for 5. Very nice. And what else do we need in this build? Could maybe replace dock lines for some other accelerator. Spin the wheel. I love spinning the wheel. Probably want like a diamond skill. I think we got it. What is it? Diamond tier skill. Nice. Ooh. Multicasting dock lines. Okay, the likelihood you get kicked has dropped significantly.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
Now, what could you be? So late into the game? Not a railgun, some sort of drill build. With a toxic metronome, so a lot of it drill synergy. Ooh, the freezers are a pain. We healing a bit. Oh, very nice. Once the freezers wore off, we could fight back and... yeah, we were stronger. But that was quite scary. Drill going off like crazy. He has an upgraded tiny dancer when he uses a tool. The drill is a tool. Yes, you have an... oh! Soldering gun is also a tool. Okay. Very nice drill build, but sadly a bit weaker than mine. I'll go to courier here. I'm probably going to hit more than 5 smalls.
Just close your eyes.
And we can get cooldown, we can get damage, we can improve the slow. So things are looking very nice.
Rusty circuits to see that final.
So let's reduce your cooldown. I'm actually going to move this into here. Just so that buy sell is a bit easier.
That's a bargain.
Proboscis off the dock lines. Huh. With a clamorer. That is very interesting. Definitely buying you.
Sitting there 20 years. Wait,
So you now have lifesteal because of the crow's nest. Huh. The crit doesn't matter. The cooldown doesn't matter. That's kind of cool, but I don't think it's enough slow, to be honest. I think the cutlass is stronger. That was a cool idea. I'll still put it in the backpack, gonna reroll. Definitely buying every small. And we'll improve the
trash is
haste.
tragedy. Reuse everything. Well, you're doing your part to clean up the
Smalls. Getting the damage up very nicely.
trash is tragedy.
An icicle is... I'm wondering if it's better than a... No. The cooldown reduction just feels too good, I think. But you know, maybe in some other cases you could have run an icicle over this. But we'll still buy it for the small item.
There 20 years waiting for you.
And enchant with burn, probably the cutlass. Yeah. That will give us some extra oomph to clear a fight. So when you slow, gain health regen. That's probably not what we're interested in. We don't poison, and we don't poison. So I think it's a reroll. And you know, we do have burn items. You could take like the safer option, which is strength, but I think if we ever drop to half, Living Flame is just gonna possibly carry. Because we go to half, and then because the cooldown is so low, we hit a lot faster, so we regain that health. So that sounds cool. Quite an interesting build we've set up here. I've never assembled these food items, but they are pretty strong.
See that plank? Walk it.
Balcony doesn't matter for us. We'll go to slows for
Price.
selling.
You can't afford it. Tell everyone you got it here.
Don't want to run any of you. And yeah, we're at the point where we're not going to see the silencer upgrade anymore. Because I don't think bronze items are available. Okay, now we got some very expensive cells. But I think because we're getting so close to 10 wins that we have to take them.
You want to buy that? I mean, excellent choice.
And it's probably the loot for cooldown. I think that's too good. We get ourselves an insect wing, probably going on the cutlass. But maybe you could even argue that it's better on the black pepper. You're going to be getting more cooldown reduction on it. Yeah, I actually think it's pepper. So let's do that. Grab more loot. And let's reduce the pepper a bunch. So it went from 6.9 to 6.4. And do we maximize the strength and cut you guys? Probably. Yeah. Okay. Another pig?
You should know,
Is it a
I'm
fixer-upper?
bit of a legend on Pelago.
What would that be, like our third fixer-upper we've seen? It is a fixer-upper. How big of a fixer-upper? Fixer-upper spiky, 200 poison. Quite quick. Well, we are also crazy quick. And we kind of obliterated him. Maybe I should have looked at the damage numbers there, but... some skill upgrades. You know, extra second of freeze is good. Maybe Desperate Strike is still good. Augmented weaponry upgrade, so... There's some to hit. Yeah, probably just a little bit on augmented weaponry. Play it safe and get the chocolates? I think so. And given we have 132, I'll buy gold ones. Augmented weaponry upgrade is also quite nice. In case we lose the next fight, we have some more time to keep scaling. Once this starts firing, it just feels so cool.
Pathetic, as spineless as a jelly.
Let's have a look at the cooldowns, but... Takes you down to a 2.6. But we lose the nice slows. 3.7 to 2.6 is so big. But at the same time, all these slows are... Because you slow 4 items for 4 seconds. I think it's just too strong, to be honest. Charge 5. Yeah, I think charge 5 is good. Over silencer upgrade. You could even do dock lines, but I imagine dock lines is just perma-slowing their board anyway. Whereas this... Because by the time you go off... You do this, and then you have 1.5 seconds to go again? Damn. Barcoon. Maybe I should have gone for the temp boost, actually.
Is it because I talk too slow?
Yeah, probably a temp boost into health. I'm opting more for... If we take max health, that's about 300, which is actually pretty good. But I'm wondering if just like 18 extra damage is better. I think I prefer the damage, to be honest.
The finer. Shall I gift wrap it for you? Remember,
because we have lifesteal, like,
Remorse never. Be
damage is also defense.
I think that suits you.
Alright, potential last fight, another Vanessa. Could be scary.
My fight isn't with
We
you.
are scared of a very fast
Go
boulder, I would
ahead,
say.
underestimate me.
But a
It's more fun.
destroying my board could also be bad. Okay, they're looking to one-shot me, and I think
Landlords
they
make
do.
You predictable. You move in straight lines.
That was quite quick. So they slowed. Wow, Deadly Crow's Nest as well. They slowed, which charged this. There's honestly just too many skills to look at, but yeah. Okay, at least we get an enchantment. And haste. Maybe a bit redundant. Probably just dock lines. I imagine that's the biggest number, and it has multicast. So yeah, let's just do that.
I'm on the edge of the plank.
But yeah, probably maybe the worst enchantment we could have got. Poison might have been worse. Could look for the upgrade, but maybe not needed. So I think just chocolate bars. And then gumballs for the augmented weaponry. And we just praying that the last fight is not too difficult. Because we have quite a cool build. But it does take a while for us to hit quick.
Not even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
At this point, it's... yeah, it has to be freeze. When you crit freeze for 4, I think that's pretty good. So I'll take that. I'm really wondering if these dock lines are meant to go out for the cooldown. Because it's almost like once we start going off, we can't be stopped, but the slow is just so good.
You rush from moment to moment. Slow.
A heavy camera.
Until
We'll take you guys for selling. Might as well grab everything.
I will teach you to walk its threads.
Everything for the augmented weaponry. And temp boost or some more damage. I don't really know how much it gives you, but let's go have a look. So it gives you 10%, okay. I'll do that. And for this dockline situation is very curious. I'm wondering if this is better. You know what? I'm going to try it like this. Hopefully it's not a throw, but I think we're good.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
And you are Crow's Nest Rifle. Okay. Crow's Nest v Crow's Nest. We froze them, but they slowed us. Very nice. So our freeze coming in clutch there. Turbo silencer. Ah, it was nice to win it facing a same sort of build. But yeah, ours was pretty cool, to be honest. I think it started as sort of a general weapon build. Got a crow's nest, and I don't think we were immediately a crow's nest build. But we kept it just for the crit, and then eventually I felt it was crow's nest angle. Got rid of that gold Langshan. Picked up the cutlass, had a good time, and I think once we got these food items, it felt like we had the late game power. But also augmented weaponry, doing a lot of work, just giving us so much damage. And yeah, pretty cool build.
I am the last daughter of
Hopefully you guys learned a thing or two.
My father lives
Enjoyed seeing what these food items can do. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.